Hi everyone, it's Paulo Radatz with Apri, and in this video I'm going to show you how we can get started to use the mitigation module. So let's go to my computer. In my desktop we have here a folder called Drive 22, and inside this folder, let me just get here, we have other three folders. The first one, called Docs, has all the documentation about Drive. We have also the folder called Software, in which we have our Rylander, and the tutorial that basically has a few feature models. Let me open this folder here. As you can see here, we have three different features models. The models are represented by 4 drive files. For instance, here we have these 4 drive files that represent the 105 bus feeder. This is the feeder that we are going to be using throughout this tutorial series that we are doing now. We also have here 4 bus feeder as well as 123 bus feeder. Well, let's come back to Drive 22 folder, go to Software, and then I'm going to launch Drive by double click on Drive executable. Well, it's now here. This is our Drive. Drive stands for Distribution, Resource, Integration, and Value Estimation. And our mitigation module is inside these 2 buttons. On the left, we have the mitigation button in which we'll launch an interface that we can use to set all the properties and then conduct the analysis. And on the right, we have this visualize mitigation button that will bring us an interface that we can use to set properties and define how we want to see the results. But before we start to play with the mitigation module, we need to do 2 things. The first one is to choose the directory in which we have our feeder module. Remember that I just showed you, in my case, it's inside desktop, Drive 22 tutorial folder. So let's go there, desktop, Drive 22 tutorial. Yeah. So yeah, we now have selected the folder. We have our feeder there. And then the mitigation module analysis is conducted by applying the same hosting capacity settings. So the mitigation module leverages all these settings that we can find here in hosting capacity analysis interface. So you could go to the evaluation criteria, analysis, and future resource buttons and change the settings to fit your need inside the mitigation module. I have done that already. I changed few of those properties and then I saved those properties in a file. Then now I can just open. I will load it by open, using the open button, and select my file. My file is called mitigation config. So right now I have all my own settings that I have defined previously and saved. So I can close now. So guys, this is what we need to know for this video. The 2 things we need to do before we start to use the mitigation module. Again, if you don't want to have your settings, if you don't want to change any settings here, no problem. You don't need to come here. So I think that's all for this video. In the next video, I'll be playing with the mitigation button, which will bring us the mitigation analysis interface, and then we are going to conduct an analysis. Thank you so much for being with me here. See you in the next video.